Hey y'all, welcome to Movement Link. So something I notice a lot, and this happens to people in the gym, I see them do open gym, and I see their workouts take an hour and a half, 2, 3 hours sometimes. It's actually pretty incredible how long people can kind of drag out their workouts. And I think a lot of it just has to do with kind of the social aspect of being at the gym. They want to be doing something and hanging out. So I get that, but what we really want to do, and we kind of model this off of what the Westside Barbell powerlifters do, and they get a lot of work done, but their whole thing is they have to get it done within an hour. So you get warmed up, but as soon as you start working, you've got a clock going, and you've got an hour to get it done. So especially when we start doing strength work and we start doing more muscle building, kind of like the classic bodybuilding 3 to 5 sets of like 8 to 12 reps, these types of things, especially when we're doing just the upper body, lower body accessory work, it's real easy to let kind of time slip, because when we get into these more strength and muscle building sets, we need to be taking 1 to 5 minutes in between our sets to let our muscles recover enough for a big effort on the next sets. So it can really eat up a lot of time when we're trying to get in a lot of sets of a lot of different exercises. So there's 2 things that I do that can really speed this up, so I can get the same amount of work done, but I can always try and keep it within that hour time frame. The first thing I do are supersets. Arnold Schwarzenegger used this almost exclusively, and this is how he was able to get just so much work in. He was always doing supersets. And all a superset is you're going to pick a few exercises that use different muscle groups. So while one muscle group is resting, you're working on the other, and you can piece 2 to 5, 6, 7 of these exercises together, almost like in a little bit of a circuit. And then that way you can get work done instead of doing a set and just sitting there and resting, watching the clock and doing another set. You can get things done in between. So the only consideration there is if you're doing sets for high effort strength, and I would consider that really anything under like the 6 reps and under, working up to maxes, you don't really want to start supersetting those, because your central nervous system and just kind of the effort levels you need beyond the muscle fatigue the demands are so much greater than if we're doing like muscle building sets. That's a little bit different. So if you're doing purely strength building, upper body, lower body, and those sets are like 6 or less, then you probably don't want to superset those, and you want to use your rest just for your pure rest, so you can put 100% effort, mainly because strength is the focus. But when we're doing more of the muscle building stuff, getting volume in is usually the focus. And so you can do a pressing exercise, you can do a pulling exercise, you can do an ab exercise, you can even vary the angle of another pressing exercise and just kind of run through them. So that's one thing you can do. You can superset your exercises so you can get a lot of work done while one muscle group is relaxing. And then this one is kind of an obvious thing once you hear it, but I don't see very many people actually put it into practice. And it's, as you're warming up, start setting up for the workout. So I've got my workout, and maybe we'll just say it's 3 pieces. And so what I'm going to do is I'm looking ahead at all of the pieces, and as I'm warming up, I'm setting everything up. And as I'm in between a set here, I'm setting this up. As I'm in between a set here, I'm putting this away. And so I know that sounds so obvious once you say it, but taking that extra time to have everything written down, figuring out what equipment you're going to need, what you're going to reuse, and what you're going to be done with, and then you can use that time in between sets to put stuff away. So another thing is, if you're not doing supersets or putting equipment away and you're still looking to use that time wisely, it's a great time for mobility. And I like to do mobility on areas that I'm not specifically using right then. So if I'm doing an upper body push-pull, maybe core workout that's focused more on muscle building, instead of doing mobility on the upper body as I go, that can cause some stability issues, and I don't really like to do mobility on muscles that I'm currently working. I'll just go attack the lower body, so I can attack the ankles, the feet, calves, hips, glutes, so many places that you can go. So really what I'm trying to do is just use the time that I've got in the gym very wisely. That way I'm not spreading out stuff that I can get in within an hour. I'm not spreading it out over the course course of an hour and a half, 2, 3 hours, and so on. All right, so if you find yourself just kind of taking longer than you need, or you just want to speed things up, just kind of think about how can you use getting your stuff out as part of your warm-up. Where in between sets can you use to start putting stuff away? It'll feed into some extra time, and with that extra time, you can either enjoy your day or you can get some extra work in. All right, I hope that helps.